Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Amy Malakowski. I'm a member of the worship design team, a Taurus, and I have naturally wavy hair. Welcome one and all to our Unitarian Universalist religious community. We welcome you, whoever you are, whatever tradition, gender, race, sexual orientation, social status, age, or any other identity marker you represent. For those gathered in the chapel, I urge you to actually turn off your phone completely to free up web bandwidth for the live stream. Our Wi-Fi is wobbly, and we want our online community to have as full an experience as possible. If you need a little extra hearing support, we have assisted hearing devices at the usher station at the back of the chapel. Feel free to borrow one for the service.
Let me add my words of welcome to Amy's. I'm Reverend Michelle Buhite, the minister of this congregation. My pronouns, which I offer to create a truly inclusive and brave space for all to live into the fullness of their identities, are she and her. I offer some opening words from Maureen Killeran. Holy is this place. Blessed is this ground on which we stand. Holy is this place. Holy are the places of memory, the places which have formed us, where we store the icons of success and shattered dreams and gather threads and pieces of what we would become. Holy are the places of memory. Holy are the places of the dream, the places over the rainbow, where all children are wanted and all people are fed, where colors are the source of celebration, and youth and age come to the table as one. Holy are the places of the dream. Holy are the places of change and pain, the places of our struggle, where the rivers of our lives run white and fast, and we hold on, and grow. Holy are the places of change and pain. Holy are the places of connection, the places where we risk ourselves, where hands, touch souls, touch minds, and in awareness still, we change our lives. Holy are the places of connection. Holy are the places of becoming, the places of clear vision, where life and world are intertwined, and we can see forever in this moment and give thanks. Holy are the places of becoming. Blessed is the ground on which we stand. Holy and whole making is this place.
Our gathering music is found in the Teal hymnal, number 1000, Morning Has Come. The words will also be projected on the monitors. Please rise in body and or spirit as we join our voices.
Thank
may be seated. We move from a time of welcoming into centering as we employ the elements of water and fire to create the sacred space where we can be fully present. We begin with an acknowledgement that our church is built on holy ground, land that was nurtured and cultivated by those who occupied it before us. We offer this libation as our giveaway as we honor the struggle of all people seeking justice and peace. We seek the courage and wisdom to heal the wounds of the past and build a better future story together with all our neighbors and fellow creatures. It is our custom when we gather to light a chalice. The chalice is a cup or vessel that symbolizes the gathered community and is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Please join me in our chalice lighting words. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
So we're shifting the flow of the Sunday service a little bit. As you probably have noticed, I love having children participate in the service. It's fun, it's unpredictable, and it's good for us, right? It's great. It gives the rest of us hope to have the future trustees of this congregation to be visible in the service. And sometimes we are having so much fun with them and with introductions and instructions that they barely have time for their programming that has been created for them in faith development. So in an effort to give them more time, we are moving things a little bit around here. So remember, change is good. In fact, say it with gusto. Change is good. I'm going to hold you to that. So we're going to move into our time for all ages, after which children and their adults will be invited to remain up in the front zone while I explain the labyrinth, which will be a short explanation, and so then they can participate fully before we sing them out for their programming. So super fun there. So any kids and their adults who would like to come up to have a time of discovery with the Wonder Box, I'm about to have you come up, and the rest of us are going to sing a familiar song that you don't know. It's my show. I get to say anything I want. So this is to the tune of Do, Re, Mi. See, I knew you knew it. So kids, come on up as we sing brand new words. One, respect each person's worth. Two, be fair in all you do. Three, accept each other's faith. Four, we'll search for what is true. Five, democracy will cheer. Oh yeah. 6, the president will assist. 7, the planet will hold dear. Unitarian Universalist. So now y'all have music when you leave and when you come up here, so you always know when it's time. And you, back off, little girl. Quinn, you're awesome. All right, have a seat, y'all, because there is something. Sit. Woof, bark. No, okay. Where's Hazelnut? I have to be careful when I say bark. It could happen, and then we're all like, oh. So, I have a friend with me in the Wonder Box. And this is a friend that I think you'll recognize, but you know what? Today's not the right day. I expected this friend at a different time. So, hang on a minute, I'm just gonna, you okay in there? Boy, I can hardly breathe. Will you let me out, please? All right. Don't get saucy here. Okay, so who do you think is in here? Well, Someone has eyeballs that go around corners. That's not supposed to happen until you become a parent, where you can see around corners. Oh, it's my good friend Bunny. And you know what Bunny's name is? Bunny. Bunny's mom was not very creative when Bunny was born. So, Bunny, you are here, but you're here a week early, kiddo. Well, what do you mean a week early? I'm always here at the right time in the right place. Yeah, but next Sunday is Easter. Pshaw, I can come to church anytime. Well, that is true, right? So, what are you here to tell us about? I'm here to tell you that I am so excited about Easter next week. We're going to have so much fun here. And so then when I thought about words that have the X sound, I thought I'm excited, and I could exclaim, and I could explore, and I could, okay, good. There's probably a lot of EX words. And we won't go into why X sounds like Z for Xena, but we'll do that a different day. So I want to tell you a story about a good friend of mine, who also liked X's, extra X's. So I have a friend who every time we would go to a restaurant, this friend, when they would order, they always got a cheese burrito. Do you like cheese burritos? Yeah, I know, they're delicious. I know, you have to hold it in, it's good. So every time, this friend of mine would say, give me extra cheese. And the waitstaff would take that literally, first of all. So all that cheese? Yes, all that cheese. There was an ocean of cheese on that plate. And every time this friend said extra, it was 50 cents. Because they always charge extra for extra, right? So extra cheese suddenly made, at the time, $1 burrito be $2.50. Extra. Sometimes we're all a little extra. And next week, go ahead and tell them, Bunny. Next week, we are going to have extra fun. And it won't cost you a penny. So you come to the service, and you'll come here, and we'll have some fun in here. And then you'll go out to your class, but it won't be in your regular room. It'll be in the coffee hour room. And then there's gonna be, shall I tell him? Yeah, yes, this is the big buildup. There's gonna be an egg hunt. You're gonna be able to search for eggs, but there's no candy. I see your faces. Don't be sad, because instead of candy, there will be toys. So, you have a really nice voice, Bunny. Okay. So, I want you to be extra excited, and I want you to bring extra friends. Everybody should come, okay? Will you do that? Can you say extralicious? Extralicious. Yeah, that's not a word. I just made it up because I'm extra. Okay, so now we're going to sing you. No, we're not. Change is hard, isn't it? So if you all will just take some seats over here, sit down over here so people can walk, and we're going to do the labyrinth, and you'll have first choice. So go ahead and move over there. I'm just going to go back in my box. I'll see you next week, okay? Bye. Bye. So change is hard. It's hard to remember that you've just changed a thing. I'm here to bear witness to that. Okay, so it's okay. You're going to be able to do fun things any second here. So it is our custom when we gather to bring our whole selves into this space. And we do that in an embodied way by coming forward and placing a stone or a shell on the table labyrinth up front. And it's messy, because it's a small table and it's a bunch of people. And so let it be messy. Let it be like that crazy family reunion where everyone loves each other. That might be a different experience than you've had. But making space for each other. If someone has some mobility challenges, just make space. It's all good. You know what to do. So I invite you to come forward as the music plays. I place the final stone on our labyrinth in honor of those who are joining us online. May you know that you are held in this community. Doesn't it feel good that having been together, having been real with one another? So in this moment, let's bring in those who may not be present, but whose presence we feel in our lives. Perhaps it is someone who is ill, either in body or in spirit. Someone who's been wronged. Those who are afraid or overwhelmed or feeling lost. We hold all of that along with those who are experiencing joy and comfort and renewal. And in our faith tradition, the essence of that is to bring all of that together and to bring health and wholeness and joy to those who may not be experiencing it. We're going to sing our children to their classes, and I would like you to just put all that love energy out to them as they go, as we sing. Going Our shared reading this morning is actually a song. Those of you who know me, please do me the favor of looking surprised. Very nice. So, with all that is going on in the world, in our country and in our hearts, I have to tell you, I am feeling all the things. Hopelessness, rage, exhaustion, all of it. And maybe you came here this morning to make sense of all you are feeling. I think music helps us to travel through our intellect into a deeper place. I would say that music is a way of praying, and maybe it's the kind we do best. So we are going to be singing Holly Near's I Am Willing. The words are up front, so Amy and I will start with it. If you know it, please join. And then I'll sing a verse, and then we'll all sing together. And it just becomes this call and response, this flow of all the things, all the good things to help us counteract all of that fraughtness that we may be feeling. So Gregory, if you will play something. So just listen. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, and there is sorrow in my town. There is a panic all across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. And I am open, and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly, and may the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. And I am open, and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. And give me an ocean to hold my tears. And I am open, and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It is all those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. And last phrase, so lift me up to the light of change. This week is Pesach, the Jewish celebration of Passover, and the Christian Holy Week that begins with Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem and ends with his humiliation, torture, and death. It is an emotionally laden week for any of us who have been part of either or both of these traditions, and there is a lot to unpack. I am not here to argue the historicity of either the exodus of the Hebrew people from Egypt or the events surrounding the death of Jesus. When I did a bit of searching, both the Exodus and the events of Holy Week are ambiguous. Texts supporting the events offer circular reasoning. It's true, because it says here that it's true. It is up to you to follow where your faith leads you. And remember that things don't need to be factual to be true. What I want to bring into this space is a bit of commentary, perhaps holding up the sacred mirror to the Passover account and discovering wisdom for our own time. For those whose biblical scholarship might be a bit rusty, let's do a quick recount. God chooses Moses to free the Hebrew people from slavery in Egypt. Pharaoh's a bit of a jerk. He says, yeah, sure, and then he goes back on his word. That rings a bell. I don't know. God sends a series of plagues to try to change Pharaoh's mind. 9 times, Pharaoh says, okay, and then goes back on his word. So 9 times, God sends plagues to try to get Pharaoh's attention, to get him to play nice. But the plagues affect everyone, not just the royal family. Everybody suffers. Pharaoh begs for the plagues to stop. They do. And then the scripture says that God hardens Pharaoh's heart. Wait, what? If you've read the book of Job in the Bible, you might be feeling a sense of deja vu. A sermon for another day. Anyway, back to Exodus. God sends plagues, everybody suffers. Pharaoh makes pie crust promises, easily made, easily broken. And then God hardens Pharaoh's heart. Rinse, repeat. 9 times. Then comes the big finale. The 10th plague is not actually a plague, it's premeditated mass murder. The firstborn of every family, not just Pharaoh's, is visited by the angel of death. Only those who have smeared blood on the thresholds of their dwellings are spared. And the only ones who received that heads up to do so are God's favorites. So that is the story of Pesach, probably in a version you've never heard, where the angel of death passed over the homes where blood had been spilled, so those families were spared. So this, I have to tell you, this is not where I come up with a big reveal, a thoroughly thought out and articulate reason for all of the bloodshed, or even why it is a celebration when so many suffered and died because of one man's God-induced refusal to do the right thing. Also familiar. Okay. And let's remember that Pharaoh, in that time, was considered a god, right? But that is definitely a sermon for another time. So if I extrapolate all of this to the current situation in our country, all I can come up with is a powerful man who says one thing, does another, no compassion or mercy for the everybody that is affected, And given all of that, I really hope that nothing bad happens to the Pharaoh and his family. And especially not to the masses of all of us and to this precious earth. In the story, it took 9 hideous plagues that affected everybody, plus the premeditated mass murder of countless firstborns, which, by the way, is not just babies, right? How many of you are firstborn children? Yeah, bye. All of that to change one man's mind. May goodness somehow prevail on earth. So why do I tell you all of this? Partly because it is Pesach, and I thought it would be timely to connect some dots. Dots that we may not have even known were there, but they're in a book. Many of us have used the language of living in unprecedented times, but that is not completely accurate. Whether in myth or in international headlines, humanity has trod this path before. The fact is that the path is well worn from the footsteps, weary footsteps of those who have been oppressed and the footsteps of the oppressor. Okay, have a nice week. Bye. You know I wouldn't leave you there, right? Those of you who know, you can trust me, I won't leave you in that space. And I will not ruin your Easter festivities next week with more of my biblical ponderings. So let's switch gears and ponder change, which actually was all part of that, but in a sneaky way. I feel like I should begin with an apology. I chose the monthly themes for this church year nearly a year ago. And at that time, I thought, change, perfect. I adore change. I still adore change, but here we are. Here we are. So much change. And I fear we are weary with all of that change and the threat of change. It can be tempting in the midst of uncontrollable change to want to dig in, hunker down, and wait it out. I feel it too. And yet, even if we resist change, we can emerge from this time changed. I prefer to have at least some of the change to be on my own terms, growing my soul rather than wrapping it up in shrink wrap and waiting for it all to pass. So we just sang together, "Lift me up to the light of change." And one of the stanzas in the song even acknowledges that change can burn our eyes. I am grateful that I am a person who generally appreciates change. It helps in these days. And I recognize that some of you are truly suffering with all of the changes and related uncertainty. I don't have a magic wand to eliminate that anxiety, but I do believe that as a gathered community, we have a way to soften the impact and keep our focus aligned with our values. There's hurting in my family, there is sorrow in my town, there's a panic all across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. I don't think we need to rehearse the many forms of hurt, sorrow, and panic and wailing that we are experiencing. We could certainly add to that list shock, dismay, despair, but our purpose today is not to recite all of the ways our hearts are feeling constricted, but how we can live into our values and share them with the world, offering a word of hope, holding on to a moment of grace and compassion. Yesterday, as I was writing today's sermon, Les went out to deal with a tree that had fallen and wedged itself into a tree in our backyard. I don't know how it did it. There was this V-shaped space, this big old tree across a drainage ditch, and it went in like it belonged there. It does not belong there. So I saw him go out there to deal with it, and not long after I saw our next door neighbor walking across our yard to help. Chainsaw in hand, ear protection, just kitty corner, right to help. And that was a moment of grace. That is one way that we can heal the hurt and the harm happening in our world. So I wonder where you might be experiencing moments of grace from others, or enacting them, performing them, bringing compassion and hope to a wailing world. So think about, where have you experienced a moment of grace or performed one, which, by the way, is a way to experience them? And I'd like to hear just a couple ideas of what you are experiencing, what is releasing some of that in your soul. We can just hold space. It's okay. Wendy.
Is it on? It is on. Yay. I have a teeny story which sort of illustrates what I think. And the story goes like this. There's a little boy on the beach, and there are a whole bunch of starfish washed up on the beach. And he's picking them up and chucking them in the ocean, one at a time. And a man comes along and says, "Hey, kid, what are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm saving the starfish." He says, "You can't possibly make a difference. Look at all these starfish. You can't throw all these starfish back." And the little boy picks one up and throws it, and he said, "That made a big difference to that one." So, of course, the point is, do what you can. Try not to give in to despair, and just do what you can. And remember, what, as you said, this path is well trodden. You know, humanity has gone through all sorts of crises, and this is by no means the worst, although it might feel like it sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like we should sing the last song, and because that was an awesome sermon. I wore my sneakers today because I made a plan for this. Darlene.
Hello, my name is Darlene DeGatti. The church has reached out to me many times. I broke my leg years ago, and then after that I had a car accident, and both times the church reached out to me and helped me. They made me food and lots of calls and cards, and I so appreciated it. And this church is like a family to me, and they just took care of me and were constantly there to help me. And then this past year, my granddaughter needed both of her hips. She had to have surgery on them because she had hip dysplasia. And then again, the church was there for me, calling and asking how she was and if they could make something for me. And I just so appreciate everyone here. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was the grace that I had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grace and compassion come in so many forms, don't they? Kim.
Hi,
It's okay.
my name is Kim Byam. I'm a member of this church, and I want to thank everybody, especially Wendy Scott. She took me to the DMV last week, and it was such a blessing to have her there. This church has helped me a lot too, in a lot of ways. Thank you, Reverend. You're so kind and gracious. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, Chris, this is easy.
The one thing I've noticed with all of the trauma that's going on in the world is how many separate people and organizations are working their hardest to heal the world, whether it's the oceans or whatever. If you watch Nature and Nova, there's a lot of good going down.
Hold it closer to your mouth. There.
Bye.
Thank you. we'll wrap it up with yours, Linda Joy.
One of our members had a problem over the weekend and ended up in the hospital, and she was alone there, but I live really close, so I was able to go over and be with her, and I was very grateful that I could do that and that she allowed me to be part of it. And as I tried to get support for her, it turned out that many people came to visit her over the next 24 hours. So I see a lot of people that want to rise up and want to help, and it's really important that we do that and bring family into things so that everyone can be part of the saving.
Thank you. I think it's so important to realize that it is these, I was going to say small acts, but as you can hear from these folks, these are not small acts. These are tender, doable acts. So we don't have to bring down the patriarchy in order to make everything work. I mean, we should do that. But in the meantime, a gentle word, a pan of lasagna, I mean, they are transformative. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for all that you are willing to receive. You know, there's a little ditty in our hymnal, and I say this all the time, that we sing at my house as our table grace. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. That is an ultimate truth, right? That why is that not in that big old book with a lot of words in it? Well, maybe it is. I need to read harder. In her blog site, Mary Popova writes, "To begin anything, a new practice, a new project, a new love, is to cast upon yourself a spell against stagnation." I give you permission to cast a spell against stagnation. What a wonderful phrase. So you can begin a practice of compassion, a new project of living into the values and principles of our faith in new and creative ways. All of this acts as a spell against your own stagnation, because we are all in this together. We are ship's companions on this beautiful, fragile, and finite boat that we call Earth, which leads us to another song. How does this happen? So I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we sing Blue Boat Home. It's in the Teal Hymnal 1064.
Still I drive and
You thought I was done. So I will confide that it is at this time of year that I wonder if we just got the whole story wrong. As good as it feels for me to rant against Pharaoh, a God-made man that made terrible decisions, perhaps not of his own will, that impacted the most vulnerable under his protection, I cannot remain in that place of pain. I need a whisper of hope. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. That's the secret. That's the antidote. I must be open. I must be willing. I can't be hopeless, even in the face of all the chaos around me. Maybe that's our prayer. I must be open. I must be willing. I can't be hopeless, even in the face of all of the chaos around me. Try that with me. See how it feels coming from your lips. I must be open. I must be willing. I can't be hopeless, even in the face of all of the chaos around me. Now take a breath. Know that literally nothing is written in stone. We are the creators and we are the editors, because we are the meaning makers. Martin Buber described humans as the meaning-making animal. I love that. To be meaning makers, we need to understand our foundation. Our foundation is love. Love is at the center. Love as the heartbeat, even in the midst of sorrow and pain. So we're going to close this time together with the prayer with which we began. And I invite us to remain seated. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, and there is sorrow in my town. There is a panic all across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. And I am open, and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly, and may the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. But I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. And give me an ocean to hold my tears. And I am open, and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change. Amen. May it be so. Blessed be.
Making time for an offering of gifts and pledges is an act of faith. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. Because we know that we pick fruit from trees we did not plant. We drink water from wells we did not dig. This is as it should be, as long as we dig and plant for those who come after us. The offering will now be gratefully received. We began our service with the lighting of our chalice, and now we extinguish the chalice, not to quench the flame, but to return it to individual hearts, strengthened by this time spent together so that we can share our light in the world. Please join your voices with mine. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry on in our hearts until we are together again. As our service draws to an end, our service to the world is ready to begin. You'll find many opportunities for growth and service in your order of service and on our website. All are invited to stay for coffee and conversation in the Emerson Room, which is through the double doors at the back of the chapel or through the lobby. Parents, please remember to gather up your children and bring them to coffee hour. There is a family-friendly zone at the far end of the Emerson Room. Next Sunday is Easter, and you are going to want to be there. Things to ponder: a ceremony of child dedication, and festivities for the kids. And now, please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing blessing. Don't forget to twinkle your eyes and share smiles with one another during the third verse. Remain standing afterward for the benediction.
May we be open. May we be willing. We can't be hopeless, even in face of all the chaos around us. So go in peace, make a difference.